Hi there, savewith.crypto here. Okay, so what happened a couple of days ago? Was it Friday? And this big candle here, which is a bit unusual really, because normally dumps happen on Thursday, and it didn't on Thursday. Thursday was quite good, and then we had this big dump on Friday. Now I did get into a bit of a sticky situation with this one. I was actually in a Bitcoin USD long position, and I was stupidly in at 20x leverage, and my entry wasn't particularly good, to be honest. Everything was bad, really. I'd also been like adding to the position as it went down, and I actually ended up so that I was trading with about $5,000, but because it was on 20x leverage, it was the actual position size was $105,000, which is the sort of like ridiculous figures that people like, Carl the Moon talk about and all that. Anyway, it is worth noting, by the way, that when he says I've just put $1 million on Bitcoin and all that, he actually hasn't. He's doing it usually like 5x leverage, and he's probably put up about $200,000, and so it's on 5x leverage. So this thing here shows like $1 million or whatever. So just bear that in mind, really, because a lot of these YouTubers do try and make out they're, using much larger positions than they actually are. I actually wonder, because I did an experiment the other day, because I don't know if you know, but if you actually trade BTC USDT, right? So if you trade Tether, so you're not trading BTC USD, you're trading BTC USDT, right? Then up here, right, you've got settings. And what you can do here is your trades that apply to BTC USDT only, you can choose hedge mode or one-way mode. Now, I think by default this is set on one-way mode, but you can put it in hedge mode, which actually means that you can have a long position and a short position open at the same time. So obviously, you can actually have it. So if you had a reasonable amount of money, you could make it look like you've got a ginormous position that's massively in profit, whereas it's quite feasible at the same time you could have like a sort of dreadful position that wasn't in profit, so you'd actually be making like zero money, but you'd have these big positions to show, and you just get everyone to sign up to ByBit through your affiliate link. And I think that's where people like Carl the Moon and that German fella, what's his name, Crypto, I think that's where they make their money. I don't think they actually trade. I think they just create the figures on the screen and sort of make it look impressive and make people sign up to ByBit. Anyway, so don't use their affiliate link, use mine, which you can get to by going to savewithcrypto.org/ByBit. And honestly, I make about, I don't know, $5 or $10 a day sort of thing with that. It's really not a lot, but I believe some people do make millions every day. No, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, I remember. So it was my crappy trade, wasn't it? So look, this is the one here. This was it was actually the 1st of July. I managed to get out of the trade. That was yesterday afternoon. So I was $105,809 in contract size. That was quite insane. And my entry price, by the time I'd done all my kind of averaging down and stuff, it was 30,588, and I finally got out at 30,639. Which is quite cool because that's about as high as we've been recently. And I managed to get out with a profit, actually. It was 3.27%. And that was actually 0.026 Bitcoin, which I think is about $80. So that was good. But at one point, oh man, I was like, kind of like $3,000 down. And I was close to liquidation. I even got the email from ByBit saying you need to fix your margin, because you're going to get licked. And I didn't have any more BTC left, so I didn't really know what to do, really. I also had another trade that was trading USDT that was down as well. So I suppose my only other option, but I didn't really have a good option. I was going to lose money either way. So I just had to hope to God that the price came back up. And luckily it did, and I managed to get out alive. Anyway, so some lessons learnt there. So 20x leverage is really stupid. I suppose it's not so stupid if you're only using a fraction of your capital, because then you can always add to it or whatever, and change your position that way. But because I'd ended up maxed out at 20x leverage, using all the capital, and I was well underwater. It was just a horrible, horrible situation. Anyway, so I decided to start trading again. So I've got a few trades open. During that big wick down, I did actually manage to get into an Ethereum. It's an Ethereum inverse perpetual one, so that's because I had some Ethereum already. It was only $1,200 worth, but nevertheless, I did manage to get in at 18.54, which is quite good. So it's currently at 19.16, which means I'm 32% in profit, which is $416, which is nice. Actually, that's good. That was one advantage of the big wick down. I did manage to scoop up a bit of Ethereum, so that's good. Since then, I went into a little Ethereum long this morning, only with a tiny amount, and that's currently 0.5% in profit. It's not really worth talking about. One that I do want to talk about there is this a Bitcoin USD one. So this is currently 1.15% in profit, just $9. Is actually $8,000 contract size because I'm using 10x leverage with about $800. Okay, so what have I chosen there? Well, actually, what I've decided to do now is to still use this VWAP thingy. And by the way, you can get this if you go to the indicators here on TradingView and you type in this one here, VWAP, Standard Deviation Bands V2 Mod Update. Okay, it's by the Yang Guizi. Okay, so that's the one you want. Yeah, get that indicator. That indicator is actually free, and it's free on the free version of TradingView. A lot of people said it wasn't, but it actually is. So there's that. Anyway, that gives these upper bands of kind of resistance and these lower bands of support. Now, what I was doing up until today was I was kind of going in at this like dotty line here with about 15% of my capital, and I was going in at this green line here with about 30% of the capital, and then the rest of it, 55%, I was going in at the bottom there. What I've decided to do is to ignore the dotty line because it tends to always go there anyway and then go, below. So I've been setting an order here on the green line. Okay, obviously these move throughout the day, so you need to keep an eye on them. So I've been setting an order there, the green line, for about 15% of the capital. And then I've also been setting one here on the bottom green line, the very bottom of the VWAP bands, for about 30% of the capital. So that's about 45% of the capital. So that leaves over 50% of the capital ready for any kind of like black swan events or massive market manipulation of some sort. So at the moment, what I've got set, so actually at the moment all I've got is this one here set at 34.39. Let me just check that. So 34.39, that's okay. That's actually just about here. That's at the bottom of the green bands there. That's fine. And then I'm actually going to set another one much further down. And this sounds really terrible, but I watched a Coins Kid video this morning and he was talking about a level of 28,747. And I liked it when I heard that because I like aeroplane numbers and I like the fact that it had the 747 in it. So I'm actually going to do that because my liquidation price is 27,826 because I'm only on 10x leverage now, nothing too stupid. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to set that other order on 28,747. Okay, I'm going to use the rest of the capital there, which actually comes out at an astonishing $28,389 in contract size. But obviously that's because I'm on 10x leverage, isn't it? So I've basically got my current order there, which was $8,000 in contracts. We're currently in profit on that. That's good. If it dips down to here, this one will trigger, which is at 30,439. This one here, which is for twice that amount, so $16,000 there. And then finally the Coins Kid one, which is at 28,747, and that is actually $28,389. So you see, I'm not trading with all the capital unless anything crazy happens. So that's what I'm doing there. Now, talking of crazy things, that candle the other day, I mean, you probably know by now, but it was basically just the SEC saying, sorry guys, you haven't filled in the form properly. Can you do it again? So I'm pretty sure you're all aware of that kind of thing happening in real life. It's quite weird for it to happen on something at that scale, but and then everyone absolutely shitting themselves because of that and thinking like, oh no, the SEC have refused the ETF, so the price went down $1,000, which was astonishing, really, isn't it? Anyway, but I don't care about that, because if it goes down $1,000 from here, I'm still going to be okay, and even if it goes down $2,000, this order will fill and everything will be good. Okay, so that's what I'm doing there. Now, this had made me realise how stupid most people are, really. And I saw this posted this morning. I think it was by one of the people in the TMG group, that Martini guy one, saying it's confirmed Gary Gensler has resigned. If you read this article, this is on thecryptoalert.com. Right, if you read this article, it just says basically nothing. At the end, it does say, disclaimer, this article is a load of bollocks and not worth reading. So that's fair enough. But, I mean, if you look at this site in SEMrush, which is a bit of software you can use for analysing site traffic, you will see this site doesn't get any traffic and it's never had any. This is just, a ridiculous thing to even mention. This doesn't deserve to be linked to. It doesn't deserve anything. And don't pay any attention to anything you read on this, because I think someone's just trying to, basically just come up with rubbish articles just to spread FUD. And I don't know how they're going to monetize it. I guess they're going to drop affiliate links in there if they ever get any traffic. But I think the only traffic they're going to get is just by people like me looking at it and saying, oh, that's a load of old bollocks. Anyway, that's it for now. That's what I'm doing. This isn't really the challenge. I haven't really come up with an idea for a challenge yet. All I'm going to do, I'm going to post what I'm doing in the Telegram group. So, for example, I posted this here at 7:10 this morning, and it actually got filled about an hour later in the first position. I kind of said what I was up to there. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to post what I'm doing here. Now, this isn't for you to follow. It's just to give you an idea of what it's all about, how ByBit works and how you can use it, sort of thing. I will come up with the idea for another challenge later on. At the moment, I'm trying to think of the safest way to do it, just to, stop anyone getting wrecked. So there's that. If you do use my link for ByBit, savewith.crypto.org/ByBit, you can get up to $30,000 in reward bonus, in trading bonus for your first deposit. If you've got less money and you don't want to do the KYC, you can use BitGet, which is savewith.crypto.org/BitGet, and I think that gets you, I think it's something like $8,000 or something like that. It's quite good, the bonus, so that's worth doing. And if you want to join the Telegram group, it's just savewithcrypto.org/TG. And that's about it for today. Right, I'm going to go off out in the sunshine and find some black swans. I actually am. Anyway, if you like the sound of that, leave a nice comment. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribed. Got the notifications set on all. Do join the Telegram group. And above all, tell your friends.